Hello, Mira here with the next ELEX video. So in the previous one I ended up cutting the video without saying anything. That happened because I was testing something in OBS and I ended up hitting the stop streaming button, so I was doing the private stream, and yeah. And I ended up cutting some part where I fought this guy twice and I got one-shotted by him, so I think I hit him like 20 times or more, and I barely managed to take half of his health. So doing this quest with this rusty axe is like impossible. We need more strength and actually not strength, we need some more dexterity so we can pick up the chain saber. So we are going to use this weapon, and to actually be able to use that weapon we need more skill points. Now I was thinking either to craft some ELEX potions, but we will leave that for later. Since we can get one more level, we need to do few other quests where there is no fighting. So the quest that I wanna do is help the Frank, the cleric, that is captured by outlaws. His unit is close by to the fort, so we need to... Actually, I marked it. I already know where it is, but I was looking through quests, so I end up marking it. And we're going to go out of the fort and go there to speak to those clerics, and that should give us some experience. Definitely not for a full level, but there are a few other quests that can be done, and once we do those quests we will get the level, and then we can do continue the quest for Ret. And we should be watching out for creatures and mines here. There should be mines. Okay, there are some mobs there, so let's try to avoid them.
Keep your eyes open for creatures and equipment.
Okay, there is some loot there, but I do not want to go in there yet. We're going to start exploring once we actually level up and finish some quests in Yggdrasil and the next city, I mean, for the clerics. Okay, so let's wait for our jetpack to recharge. Okay, there's another way to get here by the actual road, but since I got attacked by that monster I decided to run up the mountain. Now let's speak to guy who is in charge.
Halt! Who are you? What's the password?
I don't know the password.
And yet you expect me to believe you are who you say you are? You've walked onto our ground, so I will ask you again. How did you find us?
Okay, let's go with the last answer.
Frank gave me your coordinates in the fort.
Frank, you've spoken to him. I've been trying to hatch a plan for days now to work out how to get him out of there.
So, do you want to know how Frank is doing?
Do I want to know if he's been tortured? If the outlaws have starved him? If his belief is being challenged every day? I know how the outlaws treat their captives. That's exactly why I want to get him back.
Can I help you get your man back?
Right now, I'll take whatever help I can get. I want to get Frank home safely, and I fear if I go in after him, I'll just get him killed. You probably stand more chance than us. The outlaws are used to people passing through. They welcome all in the name of profit. It's not like they'll trust you, but they'll allow you in.
What's your plan for getting your man out of the fort?
Well, we can just ask them. The outlaws aren't going to suddenly start abiding by old agreements from the Great Council of Magellan. ELEX is the only thing they respect. If we offer enough, the Duke should agree to set him free.
The Great Council of Magellan?
Yes. That was almost 100 years ago. There was constant warfare that threatened to destroy us all. It was the clerics who brought all the factions together to sign a non-aggression pact to save us all. You know, peace reigned for almost 40 years. But during that time, each group was increasing, growing in size, becoming more committed to their cause. It just made the next war all the bigger.
Why doesn't anyone keep to the pact now?
Because as a species, we're actually pretty damn dumb. And I'm not excluding the clerics here. In those days, the clerics were fighting the berserkers over an ELEX deposit. They needed it for their mana. We needed it to drive our machines. When we weren't able to reach agreement, weapons began to speak instead.
And there's been war ever since?
The Horde assumed the war would be short. Back then, we didn't know the power their mana can unleash. We were arrogant. We assumed the technology we'd stockpiled, the weapons we developed would be enough. Then Berserker's magic grew stronger, until one battle where our machines failed. Whole squadrons of our troops were wiped out. We haven't recovered from that defeat, even today.
You left the outlaws out of your story.
Because they aren't worth my breath. They were violating the resolutions almost as soon as the Council had made them. Their attacks mostly consisted of small raids, but it was only a matter of time before they tried something bigger.
I've heard enough.
Good. Let me know when you're planning to head to the fort. We have to free our man.
Give me the Elexit. I'll pay to get your man out.
Very well. I'll put our man's fate in your hands. That elixir is going to buy the freedom of my friend. Don't let it go astray.
Why are you here?
To find out what's happening. Ever since the Duke took over here, the lines of communication with Ignadon have been shut down. Baxter might have been a maniac, but at least he talked to us. Now, this Duke and his men, they came out of nowhere and they've destabilized the whole of Tavar. We want to know if he's a threat, or if he'll start talking to us.
You're right. The Free People must come together if we are to survive.
A berserker and a diplomat. You speak like those of old, who brought the first council together.
Who are you calling old? That wasn't so good.
Not now.
Okay, so we need to go and free the cleric. So we can either go by foot, but we have ourselves a teleporter to Duke, so let's go there.
I want to buy Frank's freedom.
Frank? The cleric we're holding prisoner? Why do you want him? But I have no more use for him. Tell him he can go, but he's to carry a message back to Ignadon. Come to Tavar, and you will pay the price. Stay at home in the Hort, and you have nothing to fear from me. Maybe letting him go will send them a signal that they should be worrying about Zakor, not Tavar. Pay me, and he can go.
Here's the exit for Frank.
Huh. Changed my mind. You can keep the shards. Just remember how this played out. You've been smart. So don't fuck it up and get in my bad book some other way. Before you go, here's some well-meaning advice. See my generosity and think what that should mean for you. I look after my people here. And we have opportunities for all those who stay here.
Okay, so this quest was really nice. We got some elixir and we can use it to craft the potions, and also we will get some experience, so it's really nice reward. So let's free Frank.
I spoke with Hartmut.
You found our group commander? And he spoke to you? To an outsider?
What can I say? It must be my charisma. Do you want to know what he said?
Well, if he trusts you with a message, then my mistrust of you was unwarranted. Please, tell me, what did he say to you?
He tasked me with buying your freedom.
Then, why am I sitting here? Are you going to do what he asks, or not?
How can I persuade the outlaws to let you go?
Harmut gave you the shards to pay the ransom. Shards will speak louder than words.
Let me decide how to handle this. Tell me about the outlaws.
I've been watching them for a while now, but I haven't observed any real errors they've made with their patrols. I was hoping this undisciplined rabble would make a mistake, but they actually seem to know what they're doing.
So do you have any idea of how you can escape?
While I haven't found a way out, now that Kalan has sent you to help me, maybe there could be ways to get out of here, if you would be prepared to help me. The main problem is that beast of a woman, Iron Madison, watches me closely. If you could find a way to get her called away somewhere else, that could give me a chance to make a break for it. Cindy, a girl from the entertainment district, she hates Iron Madison more than I do. Maybe, she might give you an idea of how to get rid of Madison.
Yes, I've spoken to her. She wants Madison dead.
If killing Madison is the only way to get rid of her, then so be it.
That's all I need to know.
Just get me out. If you don't, I think I will die here.
Okay, so this quest was kinda... you could be sneaky and try to keep those shards, and then since you already have the quest for Iron Medicine, you can free the Frank that way. But we paid the Duke and he was generous to give us those shards back, so being actually not sneaky for this quest was paying off. So let's free the Frank.
I've paid the ransom money. You can go.
What do you mean, go?
I mean, go. Leave.
This feels like a trick. You'll put a bullet in my head as soon as I try and leave, won't you? You or Iron Madison? When I last saw that guard, Iron Madison, she appeared convinced that the only way I'd leave was dead, regardless of what the Duke says. She's bitter enough to make that good, even if someone else has said I can leave. No, I can't risk leaving until she's convinced I can, or she's dead. Not now.
Okay, so we definitely need to get rid of Iron Medicine, but since she's also really hard to kill without decent weapon, we're kinda stuck on this quest too. But we got those shards, so we can craft some ELEX potions and get out of this predicament that way. So how many shards do we have? Should be enough, maybe. So at least we need at least 5 potions, since they give 2 points each. And so let's go to the dock. That is the place where I always craft ELEX potions. A bit of advice there for ELEX potions: they increase cold, so if you do not want to increase cold, do not use them. I'm kinda going for neutral for the cold value.
What are these chems made from?
From anything that's good, but with a guaranteed ELEX high. Now, I know what you're thinking. ELEX, won't that turn me into an alb? But you needn't worry. I don't want to take your emotions away. I want to rewire your world. So when I say hi, I'm talking sky high.
What do you have to offer?
I have only the best.
Okay, so what we need is natural ELEX, and we do not have any. And now here's one really nice stuff with this update. We can actually increase and decrease more, not by one, so this can be really useful. I'm really glad that this came through with update. And we're kinda going bankrupt here. And we probably won't have enough points, but let's craft it anyway. So we want to craft this one with liquor, since this one is actually more expensive, since we need to craft small elixir rings first, and that's not the way to do it. And by the way, with the update, we can now craft the strong elixir ring right away. We do not have to craft small ones. Or I think there wasn't a recipe for this. I do not quote me on this. But once the first playthrough that I didn't have this. Okay, so we would need one more, I think. So let's see about that. So we can drink them. They increase cold. We are now below neutral, and once I get to neutral I will be a bit careful with drinking ELEX drinks, but for now we can drink them. As you can see, with this update we can see that our cold is increased, and this is something that we should be watching out. And as you can see, we are still didn't change the cold value. The next value will be neutral. So let's invest into dexterity, and we need still quite a bit. So for a chain saber we need 31, so 7 more, and I do not think we have enough money for something like that. So we need to do more quests, and once we get a level, then we will, or money from the quest, we'll see. So the next quest that we can do, let's see. So this one requires us to fight a robot. This one requires us to go into converter where there are some Alps. Okay, this one doesn't require any fighting. No. So this is the iron medicine one. This one, kinda. We can loot that ELEX it, but there are going to be enemies along the way, so yeah. Not really happening now. We can go for this one. So this one should be... we got that quest quite a while ago, so it should be on this road here, somewhere. So, yeah. That is the good crate, so if I... Okay, let's mark it just to see. Okay, I was right, it's on this road. So what we can do is use this teleporter, run here, and actually open this teleporter, just so we have it open. And then we will port to Tavar again. So let's hit F5. The game should be saving automatically, but let's just hit F5. Okay, I was kinda going to say maybe we can lose that house, but no, there is mob there. And I do not want to fight anything until I equip that chain saber. And maybe even get some constitution, so I do not get one-shotted by the stuff. If it was on normal, I would probably kill stuff. But on this difficulty, I need to be a higher level so I can fight those mobs. Hopefully there are no mobs on this road. Spoke too soon. But if that mob is kinda easy, we can get him. Is it one? There's actually two mobs there. If we pull them, we are going to kill them. If not, no. Okay, there are those supplies. So let's first pick up those supplies. Then we will talk to the guy that is here.
Hey, stop.
Or
Please,
not.
Stop. Have you seen any Albs out there? You'd better be careful. They were around here only a few days ago. They might still be here.
Okay, we're going to end this conversation, then pick up those stuff, then we'll talk to him. Since I may be going to... I'm not sure what I'm going to choose in that conversation, so I want to first finish this quest, then I will speak to the guy. That's actually a really nice tip. So usually you wanna hit F5 before you speak to an NPC, since that way if you're not happy with some choices you can reload, and basically you wanna do other stuff first then speak to NPC. So let's hit F5 and speak to the guy. Just a quick reminder, this quest is for from Tavar. Bartender gave us this quest, and he said that the caravan was getting attacked by Alps, and that he didn't want any... basically, he wanted those crates back, but no witnesses. And here's the guy who is actually a witness, so that is an intro for this, if you do not remember the quest when I picked it up.
What Alps?
They attacked our caravan, wiped us out. We just left the Besser on the way back to the fort when they attacked us. It didn't take them 2 minutes to kill everyone.
How did you survive?
I was able to hide, just in time. Shit. I was just promoted to runner. I thought I could do some easy work in the fort, but instead they went and sent me out here. And I had to watch as the whole caravan was butchered.
You're a runner?
Yeah, the lowest of the low in the fort. Sure, you get access to armor and a few nice stims, but that's it. Then you get non-stop hassle. If you want to do better, then you have to work your way up. That was my plan. Before this happened here.
What are you going to do now?
Can I come with you? I need to get back to the fort, but there's no way I can get back there alone. I'm lucky the Albs haven't found me, and that the jackals haven't eaten me. Please, you have to help me. I've got to get back so I can report to Hank.
Okay, so we do not want this guy. If we bring him to Hank, he said no witnesses, so that's not a good idea. So let's continue the conversation and see what we can do. So if we do this, we will basically go to fort with him, but let's continue speaking and see what we can do actually.
Hank sent me.
Then why didn't you say? We have to get back and inform the fort that the supply routes to Abessa aren't safe anymore.
Okay, so let's go with the first answer.
Hank doesn't want people to know.
But why shouldn't we tell anyone else? People have to know the routes aren't safe anymore, or they'll walk into the same Alb ambush. We have to tell everyone.
Okay, so we can either kill him or continue the conversation, so let's continue.
Your boss wants you to stay quiet.
No, he mustn't understand. He must think there was an accident or something. We have to tell him the truth.
Okay, so this guy is being a bit annoying. He doesn't want to listen to us, so we can either pay him shards or basically we need 10 survival to actually finish this quest if we do not want to spend those shards. Like I said, those skills allow you to progress the conversations, not just as a raw skill. Survival will give you survival, but also the conversation part. So if we take him to fort, he will die there.
Here, take this.
This is kind of
here.
the
What?
only way
Why
to
would
do
you pay
this.
me to go?
I'm not paying you. I'm giving you a hand. If you go back to the fort, Hank will kill you. He doesn't want witnesses.
Do you really think it would go that far? Shit. Yeah, maybe you're right. I never liked it here in the desert anyways. Thanks. Maybe I should go to Abesser instead of the fort. Maybe I'll see you there. See ya.
Very good.
Okay, so Duras likes that
Not
we are
now.
not an asshole and killing this guy. So the followers will sometimes basically interact in conversations, and they will like that you did something. Like we did that cleric quest, and Duras wasn't happy about that, but he's happy about this since we are sending this guy to Abessa. And let's open that teleporter, then we will go back to fort. I didn't want to wait to have survival 10, since that is not going to happen anytime soon, and I wanted just to finish the quest and get the experience. Now there should be some monsters here. Let me see where the teleporter is. So yeah, it's close by. And this is going to be kinda
We
hard.
better be on our guard here.
Let's try to kinda avoid those
Military
mobs.
base. Or
And
used to be.
then we
Everything
will
out here
see.
used to be something.
Even us.
I'm not stuck in the past.
Glad to hear it. Let's move on.
So there's the teleporter, and there are a whole bunch of mobs. So let's hit F5. There it is. We got the teleporter. Can we teleport right away to the bunker if we didn't pull the mobs? I have to get used to turning my head towards microphone because I when I'm not speaking I try not to be too close to mic so you do not hear me breathe, but I forget to get closer to it. Okay, so we need to speak to Hank, and I also wanna go to clerics and just verify what we did. I do not think we will get any reward, but there's when you do a quest, there's a follow-up conversation that you can do. So let's do that after we turn in this quest. So how are we doing on level-wise? Well, it could be better. We will get that level 10 sometime soon. Okay, so you really do not want to go behind bar, since you will get attacked sometimes, like you see. The first time I was playing, it happened that I was speaking to bartender, and then they attacked me afterwards. So watch out for that. Okay, so we have that IOUs. I wanna check something out before I actually turn in that IOU. And what is interesting, how did I pay that guy the 300 elixir when I do not have 300 elixir? This is really weird. Yeah, looks like we found some bug. I was thinking like, how I'm going to pay that guy 300 elixir? And I ended up paying him somehow. So yeah, that was really weird. And I was kind of like, maybe I actually do have 300 elixir, but I do not think I had 300 elixir. I wanted to just to check out if I read his IOU. I read everything because we got that bookworm skill. Just wanted to basically make sure I did read it. So we can use the IOU.
You have an IOU to pay up on.
That? Oh, that's an old debt.
A debt is a debt. Time to pay up.
Okay. Let's sort this out. My debt against your IOU. Let's call it square?
I can live with that.
Good. Here.
Okay, so we got some elixir there. And we do not have survival for this conversation. We will do that later on.
I've got the crates from the missing caravan.
Crates speak only of success. The Duke will welcome them. What happened exactly?
The caravan was attacked by Albs.
Ah, I see. You must be mistaken. There was no attack. There were no Albs. It was all an accident. Understand?
A runner called Kid survived. He saw the whole thing. But don't worry. He won't cause you any trouble.
Good. I knew I could rely on you. Truth is found in shards. So here's some truth for you. Remember, Albs had nothing to do with it. Our supply lines are secure. People can trust the Duke. And they will and they can trust him. You see, I've shifted the supply route, and the supplies are getting through. So it's ended well for everyone, yeah?
Okay, so we're finished with that quest, and we also got some elixir and quite a bit of experience, so maybe 1 or 2 quests and we're going to be there. So the next quest that we wanna do is also not a fighting quest. We're still doing quests in Tavar, so let me see. Iron Medicine, no, not doing that one. There should be one quest for that Scrap Baron, the Mad Bob. Okay, the Scrap Deliveries, that's the one I wanted. No, I know where that is, but let's still mark it on map so we do not run around like crazy. So we already have this teleporter. I opened it up when I was going to Ryder, that hunter, and just a reminder for this quest, the Mad Bob wasn't receiving the scrap deliveries, and we need to check out what is going on there. So let's go where we need to and check that out. So we need to be an extra careful. There are some enemies, but hopefully we will be able to avoid everything. I really want that that talent that allows me to see mobs on minimap, so I can avoid them, and later on I will use that skill to find mobs and kill them. There should be... yeah, we avoided the mobs, so let's speak to the NPC that is here. But before that, let's pick up this stuff. I don't know why, but I'm really annoyed when I hear those squeaking sounds from rats when I'm talking to an NPC. So let's kill those rats first. Like I promised, I will kill every rat in this game. Besides, not the rat, the NPC. So let's hit F5 and speak to this guy.
You're not a reaver. You don't look like a reaver. Normally the ruins only attract reavers. But if you were a reaver, I'd have a bullet in the head already.
Are you collecting scrap?
Collecting? You don't collect it out here. Every last bastard piece you find, you have to fight for it.
Sounds like you're having trouble.
Welcome to Tavar. Trouble here every day. To make it worse, it's mostly from outlaws, my own people. Everyone else on Magalan is scared of Albs. I'm watching my neighbors. Doesn't seem to mean anything that I collect more from the ruins than the other collectors. I suppose I should just be happy I'm still alive and that there's normally something left for me in these ruins. Otherwise, I'd just starve out here.
The scrap baron wants that scrap delivered.
I know, but I can't send it to him. I can't. I don't have a choice.
You think the scrap baron will be interested in your excuses?
No, I know he won't. I know he'll want me dead, but I told you, all scrap has to go to the new boss. I told you, I don't have a choice.
And who is the new boss?
Vol, he's he's the lord of the island. He's on the island. That's all I can say. I can't tell you anymore. But it's best if you stay away from that island, unless you want your head scrambled.
You're hiding something from me.
Well, I'm not hiding anything. I just can't say.
What can't you say?
Anything. There's something in my mind. He gets what he wants.
So asking that isn't going to get me anywhere.
I work like crazy, but at the end of the day,
Okay, so you probably figure out that he was trying to say a cleric, and he was saying an island, so there's an island there. So let's go there. I wanna hit F5 there. So there should be some enemies along the way, and I'm going to try to avoid them. There's some enemy there, and there are also some enemies down there. So the idea is to land on this thing if possible and not fall down. Oh, Duras, come on. He's really trying to get me killed. Okay, so we are going to run across the bridge, if possible, if we do not fall down. Okay, there's something there to be looted. I'm being really sneaky here. There shouldn't be enemies on a bridge, but just to be sure. We have a jetpack for a reason. I do not think there are enemies down there, so let's go there.
The edge of the world. Sometimes it's just tempting to throw yourself into it.
And there's the teleporter. And if you guessed that there are clerics, yeah, there are clerics there.
May Kalan bless you. Now tell me, are you a son of Tavar? Did you swear allegiance to the Duke and his outlaws?
And if you remember that outlaw was trying to say the name of this guy, he was saying the first two letters, but he couldn't pronounce his full name. Okay, so we can either go with, well, any answer it's okay, but let's go with the third one.
I'm not part of any faction.
Then you can stay here as my guest. All clerics offer a hand to all free people. I hope one day you will come to serve Kalan. Remember my hospitality when you come to make your choice.
What is your job here?
We need a lot of raw materials to feed our smelting furnaces in Ignadan. Material that is essential for our fighting machines. And we can get those resources right here.
Why here of all places? It's a long way from Ignadan.
Here, we achieve two things at once. We acquire the resources we need, and we also deny them to the enemy. The Duke relies on profits to keep power. We cut off his profits, and there's a chance his men will overthrow him.
You're not worried about the Duke finding out where you are?
We've been careful.
Maybe you haven't been careful enough.
What do you mean?
The Scrap Baron has noticed that his deliveries have stopped.
Damn, I feared stopping them completely was pushing our luck. Kalan is right. Greed will be our undoing.
So, what's your plan?
I will have to rethink our strategy. An open fight could mean losses in men and material. So, I think finding a way to throw off his suspicions would be our best course.
Okay, so we can either threaten this guy and or we can help him. Now in the first run I actually helped him, and I wanna see what happens if we do not help him, and what maybe he is going to attack us, maybe, I'm not sure. If he attacks us, I'm going to reload and do the other way around. So let's go with the first answer, just to see what happens. I wanna know.
It's too late for that. You've made your mistake. You should leave.
I don't expect you to understand, but as I got things wrong, so I must fix them. The mission must be successful. Those are my orders. And I have the authority to kill anyone who endangers this mission. Anyone. So, don't put either of us in a position we don't want to be in. I will make sure the outlaws get their deliveries from time to time. Just enough so that suspicion is decreased. You need to sell that lie. Make it sound like everything is getting back to normal. Can I count on your assistance?
I wanna push my luck, and if he attacks us I will reload.
Forget it.
Is that your final word?
Yes.
Then, I'm sorry. My mission must come first. You won't prove a challenge.
Yeah, we are reloading. I wanted to see if he's going to give up, but there's no way. Okay. Wow, he changed his weapon. Interesting. Okay, so I will run through the conversation fast this time, and basically if we can tell the Scrap Baron about this later on, but if we wanna get out of here alive, we need to be good to this guy or he's going to attack us.
Make a land.
I'm not
Remember.
What is your... You're not... So...
I will have to rethink.
Okay, now let's go with the second answer.
What can I do?
I will make sure the outlaws get their deliveries from time to time. Just enough so that suspicion is decreased. You need to sell that lie. Make it sound like everything is getting back to normal. Can I count on your assistance?
Okay, so let's go with this one.
You can count on me.
Good, but be careful. If you're caught, the outlaws don't tend to be subtle when they're angry.
You should be more worried about the outlaws attacking you.
We have persuaded those who found us to keep our presence a secret. These weak-minded outlaws cannot stand against Kalan's will. They'll take any order I suggest to them. You have to keep your orders simple, but if you do, even an outlaw can understand what they must do.
How long will they obey you for?
As long as I want it. In their eyes, I am their new god.
Wait, you used suggestion on the outlaws? Did they resist it?
My rate of success was high, but suggestion isn't without problems.
What problems?
One outlaw resisted. He wasn't as dumb as he looked. I thought I got through to him, but I was wrong. He ran when he got the chance.
And you let him get away?
That wasn't the plan. He escaped in the night, so it was too dangerous to go after him. Out in that darkness, we could have blundered into 100 outlaws trying to get that one back. I sent a patrol out to bring him back as soon as it was light. If he'd told the other outlaws, they would be here already. And despite his resistance, our ex-prisoner is a coward. He's hiding out there somewhere. I want him, and I want my property back.
Your property?
Yes. When he got away, he stole my weapon. Just make sure I get my weapon back, and I guarantee him his life.
I can help you get your weapon back.
Thank you. It is a scar on my honor to leave it in the hands of an outlaw. Bring it back to me.
Okay, so we can give the weapon back. So the outlaw who has it is the outlaw who, well, the one that escaped, you know which one. So we can go to this teleporter and go back to the outlaw that we just spoken to. Now, for the quest for the scrap baron, now, to be honest, I'm not too happy with clerics. They're my least favorite faction of all. I know they're kind of cool because they have laser weapons and stuff, but I don't know, using that kind of suggestion, like Jedi deal, but maybe Sith Lords kind of vibe, so I'm not too happy about it, and I'm getting annoyed by something. So quickly, I'm going to disable evade. I don't know why that is on. So basically, when you double tap, it no longer evades. I bounded that on Alt, so it's kind of better for combat. So let's speak to this guy.
I work like crazy, but at the end of the day, I get nothing in return. How's that for life experience? Now
No, this is really weird. Do we need to fight him to get the weapon back? I thought we can... That is highly weird. Let me see what the quest says. His weapon back? Is this guy? No. Oh, it's a different guy. Okay, so we won't be doing... to be honest, I really thought it was this guy. Maybe it was before update. So I ran once through game and I really think it was this guy, but it isn't. So we won't be going here yet, since there are, at this teleporter there are quite few mobs, so I do not want to go in there. That lighthouse is kind of guarded, so let's not do that yet. So let's go to the fort and speak to Scrap Baron. Now we can lie to him and say that the deliveries are not coming, or we can tell him the truth. I forgot to press space there. Now for a bit of... we can do the different route that I didn't do in the first playthrough. We can say about the clerics, or we can hide them. To be honest, we can be sneaky about this. I do not want to get in trouble with clerics. I do not want to get in trouble with outlaws either, but you will be able to join any faction despite screwing all the quests. In my first run, I basically screwed up every possible quest that I could do, and I still was able to join the Berserkers despite screwing up everything. So we can basically lie to Mad Bob, so that way we do not have to fight anyone. He will be mad later on, but
about these favors you want.
It's not a big deal. I'm saying I'm not a big fan of clerics, but let's help them for this quest.
Your scrap will be delivered soon.
You better be right.
It's coming.
Right. You got it done. Anything else to tell me?
Let's go with nothing else. Or I wanna know what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen, then we might reload.
The scrap collectors have a problem with some clerics.
Clerics? If there's a problem with clerics, then how the fuck am I going to get my scrap?
Do you want me to figure it out?
I want to know if you're playing both sides. Me and the clerics. Split the scrap? Take the profits? Is that what you're trying to do? Play me?
Scrap is profit. Isn't that what you believe?
My profit. Any profit belongs to me, asshole. You tried to cheat me, and you want payment? No chance. These clerics. Maybe I can find a way to use them to my advantage. You can tell them you fooled me and take their shards, but you can remember my generosity.
About the...
Interesting. We can this is kind of playing the both sides kind of deal, so we can either play for the clerics or for the Mad Bob. Okay, so I will go with the clerics. I know the Mad Bob will be angry later on, but who cares?
You better be
It's
right. You anything else?
Nothing else.
Right. Good. Here. This is your share for helping me out.
Okay, so we got there some shards, and Mad Bob will remember this, and so when something like this shows up, it means that it has some impact on the story later on, just so you know.
About these... Any other opportunities for profits?
That's single-minded. Okay. Just don't fuck this up. Get this done right. The instructions are simple. Think you can follow them?
Just tell me what you want doing.
I need a debt paying. It doesn't matter what else you do here in the fort. You have got to pay your debts. Otherwise, you're no one. So I need you to sort out what I owe.
Who do you owe?
Ace. He always gets lucky in cards. Maybe too lucky. I lost big to him the other day, and I've got to clear that debt. But I don't feel like seeing him. I might forget he was lucky and get angry with a fast-dealing bastard.
Did he cheat?
Maybe. Maybe not. But I lost, and people saw it. My name counts where it has to, and that means paying your debts. This IOU is worth 1,000 shards. And I'll add a little bonus to go with it. Just as a big, warm thank you to Ace.
I'll take care of your debt with Ace.
Take the shards. Do the job. Don't fuck up. Here. And of course, don't forget my little present for Ace. Put them in Ace's place, near the marketplace. Put them on the table, or somewhere obvious.
Teach me some.
It will be.
Okay, so Mad Bob is actually a survival trainer, so we can train survival from him. And let's do this quest. So what is actually mark on map? I think that is yeah, it's a lighthouse. So let me see. I want to take care of some stuff first, so I want to run to clerics so I do not forget to do that. I have the marker. If I remove it, I will forget about it. So I want to talk to them, and I also want to talk to those other clerics here, and then we will do the Mad Bob quest. So let's teleport her there, and then we will go to those clerics really fast, then to the other clerics, so we are done with clerics. And then we will do the other stuff. So can I fly there? Maybe. I really doubt it. Okay, so Duras managed to activate some remote mine. Those mines that are laying around, so yeah. Here's one, so something to watch out. Yeah, I now remember there are some mobs there, so let's go around. Now that guy that we found, maybe he was one of the Blake's bodyguards. If you remember, the rat said that he goes through bodyguards really fast, so maybe that it was some of his bodyguards. Maybe. Just speculating there. Let's go the other route this time, not the flying one. Where it was? I know we can... There's a path where you do not need to actually use your jetpack to get there, so... I think this is it, probably. Okay, yeah. So let's speak to this guy since we freed Frank.
Your man Frank has been freed.
And you got him free?
Yes.
You've accomplished what a squad of clerics could not. The least I can do is pay you for the help you've given.
Okay, so we got some shards there, which is cool. That is why I wanted to go there. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to get those shards, but it's always a good idea to, when you're done with quests, to go to the NPCs that ask you to do something for them, so maybe they will give you some shards. Wow, what? Oh, I understand. That thing that I've picked up probably had the Yeah, they're now saying thief, so what the hell? That thing was like laying there around like somebody needed that. Yeah, some stuff you have that forbidden, saying it's forbidden to take. If it's forbidden, like usually you will get chased, so you should avoid that. If you're stealing something like that, you need to do it at night. Best to do it at night. So
I spoke to the scrap baron.
Did you convince him he doesn't have to worry about his shipment?
Yes.
Good, good. Then we can continue with the mission. Take this, in the name of Kalan.
Okay, so we got some shards from both sides in this kind of deal. So we have like insane amount of shards now. Well, it's not insane, but it's quite a bit. So let's see how we're doing on level. So not going to happen in this video probably. We need to do some other quests, but to be honest, I think we have enough shards to craft some more ELEX potions and actually do the rat quest in the next video. So let's see about that, if we can finally equip the chain saber. And then once we get the level, we'll use those points for something else. We definitely need a whole bunch of more of strength and dexterity to use other weapons, but for now, let's do it this way. So let's speak to Doc and buy some more natural elixir.
What do you have to offer?
And one pro tip, I guess, do not sell anything to the doc, since so if you sell stuff to him, you will have a whole bunch of stuff that he has, and it's going to be hard to get to this natural elixir. So go to decide one trader that you wanna sell everything to him. So sell everything to him. So if you need something back and you need to buy it back, you know where you can buy it back. So I used to sell everything to Doc in my first playthrough, and it was getting annoying at the end of the game. So it was like a long checklist of stuff. So yeah, pro tip there. And if you speak to him, he will move away from the desk, maybe. He used to do. Again, we had an update, so some stuff might be different. So let's craft those ELEX drinks. Now we will run out of liquor at some point, so we will need to buy that, and you can buy liquor at any trader that sells alcohol, basically. So any bartender in any town, doesn't matter which one. And okay, this is the chest key that we looted, that Red gave us for Chloe. And let's go and drink those potions. Let's see how many. Okay, 24. So we got 8. And finally, we can equip that chain saber. Or it is chain sword. Maybe it's chain sword, not saber. Chain saber. It sounds better if you say chain saber and not chain sword. Okay, so let's hit F5, and in the next one I will fight that bodyguard. So here it is. In this one I wanna end the video where the bodyguard is, so let's run out there. By the way, guys, sorry for decreasing the quality, but I really cannot keep up with the schedule if I have if I'm doing the 1080p videos, because I need a lot of time to render them out, and well, when I'm rendering stuff out, I cannot use my computer for anything else, and it's kinda annoying. Once I get some money and buy some better components or faster internet connection, I will go back to 1080p videos. And for those loot locations, the quality is going to stay the same, so don't worry about that one. So let's use this bed, sleep here, then I will go ahead and save, and we will continue on the next video where we are going to do our first fight. So let's save here, and then I will end the video. So this one is the next one, so part 13, and there we go. So if you like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and well, you know what you need to do. So see you in the next one.